Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Friday, December 15th. If you're new to our channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NFL and NBA videos. And please make sure and click the like button as it really helps us out. Let's just jump into it. We got a nice little 11 game slate today. There's some really good spots that we can attack. I'm going to start with a couple teams that I'm really liking that I'm going to target game wise. The first one I'm going to talk about is going to be Brooklyn going into Toronto. This game has the highest implied total on the slate of 217.5. Toronto is favored by 11. Then we got the Spurs going into Houston to face the Rockets. This game has a 213.5 total. Houston's favored by 7.5. Then we got OKC at Philadelphia. This game has a 212 implied total. Philadelphia is favored by 2. And then the other two games I really like that I'm going to be targeting is going to be Portland at Orlando. And then we got the Pelicans going into Denver. Those games, the lines aren't out yet. Injury news is probably what's holding Vegas back from throwing out the lines. But yeah, so those are the kind of games I'm going to be looking at. Let's just jump into it now. So we'll start at point guard. Westbrook, under 11,000 right now. He has dipped a little bit in performance. He hasn't really been getting the 60-point games that we like from him. But the prices also came down as well due to that. I really like this matchup against Philadelphia in the up-tempo game. This is going to be a really fun game to watch, and I really like him in this spot. I definitely think he can hit the 55 that you need for value. So he's one of my favorite plays on this slate. Then we got Lillard going against Orlando. This game is going to be fast-paced, up and down. He had a dud last game, but Miami's a really good defensive team. But before that, he was on fire. 4 straight games with at least 46 fantasy points. His price tag is a little bit steep, but I really like the matchup. Against the Magic, this game's going to be very high scoring. So definitely take a look at Lillard. I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play in my opinion. Then we got, you can go with Chris Paul, but he's in a tough matchup against the Spurs, but he's been killing, but his price is also coming up. You got John Wall, his minutes, he played about 28 minutes last game. If he's going to get back to his 36 minutes that he plays regularly, then I would like him. But a guy I'm really going to talk about is Lowry going against Brooklyn. Brooklyn's a really up-tempo team. Lowry, he's coming off 2 games where they've been, kind of down games. So, I think that people are going to kind of look over him a little bit. But he's been playing pretty well over the season. He's averaging 35 fantasy points a game. I think he could be a really good GPP play. I don't really see him as a cash can play, just because his price is up a little bit also. Another thing I will note is that Brooklyn, they play tonight. They're flying all the way into Toronto on a back-to-back. I definitely think this game could be a blowout. Vegas does have it at Toronto plus 11 as it is already. Then we got my boy. I know I always talk about him, but his price is still too low. For him to hit value, you need about 37. He's been very consistent for the most part. He's averaging 33 fantasy points a game. The minutes are there. He's playing mid-30 minutes. In this matchup, I do like him. I think he's, can stay with it. The Bulls, I want to say, I looked it up a little bit ago. They're like second or third last against guarding point guards, so that's just another positive for Bledsoe. So definitely take a look at him. I do like him. I think that he's a solid play. And one guy I'll quickly mention on the lower end, Rubio, his price is just low. I don't like the matchup. I really don't like nothing about Rubio. The minutes, they've kind of been back there for him. He's not doing nothing special, but, for 49, you need about 24, 25. He's getting around there for the most part. I just like his price, to be honest with you. He's cheap. That's something that's really attracting me. Then we'll go to shooting guard. Harden I hate Harden. I lost yesterday because of him, but I did bounce back today. I won some bread on both Fanduel and DraftKings. But yeah, and I mean he had one of the worst games he's had in almost a month. This was a Chris Paul show. This game, his minutes were down. He only played 31 minutes, but Harden, he's the best. Shooting guard. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, shooting guard in the league. And his price is actually down. It dropped, quite a bit. For him to hit value, you need about 56, 57. He's averaging 54 a game this season. Going against a Spurs team at home. Spurs is a tough defensive matchup. I will note that. But, the Rockets are rolling right now. And, they are favored. So I definitely like Harden. We got DeRozan. He's balling right now. Plain and simple. For him to hit value, you need 45. He's been getting close to that a lot lately. In this matchup against the Nets, it's a very up-tempo game. It's a very positive matchup. The only thing, like I said with Lowry, is be careful about this game. It could definitely get into a blowout. But I really do like DeRozan a lot. We got Holiday against Denver in an up-tempo game. Holiday's been playing very, very well. The minutes are crazy. He's playing 36 or 38 minutes, hitting the 40s a lot. He's doing work. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. His price tag is very fair, $7,400 for him to hit value. You need about 37. I think he could definitely get there. He's been, putting that up pretty easily regularly. So definitely, I like Holiday against Denver. And then we got Harris on the other side of the ball. I mentioned him. I hope you guys listened. He went off. 53 fantasy points. I didn't even know that he can get me that. I was expecting more like this 38s. But 52 was crazy. The guy, he's a really good player. I like him. He's a young guy. He's playing massive minutes. I definitely like him against Pelicans in an up-tempo game. At home as well, he's used to the altitude compared to, I will note, teams that usually come into Denver, they kind of struggle a little bit. It could be, I feel a lot due to the altitude. Same thing like in baseball. You hear about it in football. So, yeah, I'm a believer in that. But I do like Harris. Then we got Moore. I like this game, obviously, you can tell. 4,800. He's playing a ton of minutes. So one thing that we gotta like about New Orleans coaches is he plays these guys a lot. And Moore, he's been playing very well. He's scoring the basket. His price just isn't moving. For him to hit value, you need 24. He's been getting that easily lately, and he's been crushing that a lot lately. So I definitely like him going into Denver to play against the Nuggets. Small forward, Antetokounmpo against the Bulls. He went off last game, 65 fantasy points a game before that, 67. So he's playing very well right now. One thing I will note is I think, this game could turn into a blowout. His price is a little bit steep, 12.5. For him to hit value, you need about 63. He could definitely get there, don't get me wrong. But it's just a steep price tag. But if, salary didn't matter, he definitely would be, one of the top plays. We got Paul George. Price is just too low. I know he hasn't been doing nothing special lately. Only getting in the 20s. But this guy has 60-point upside. And going against Philly in an up-tempo game. This game has the third highest implied total on the slate. Paul George is Paul George. And I think that it's a solid risk that you could take. I like him. I like him tomorrow against Philadelphia a lot. I'm just gonna note really quick. Simmons, he's been playing tons of minutes, and he's been putting up points. And for him to value, need about 34. I think he could definitely get there. Just wanted to mention him real quick. We got Leonard. If they say that he's going to play more than the 15 minutes he plays, even if they say he's going to play 25 to 28 minutes at a 6,800 price tag, I'll definitely take that. He looked really good in his return against Dallas. So definitely take a look at some news, keep your eye out, and kind of go from there. But if he can, like I said, at least 27, 28 minutes, man, I would definitely really like Leonard against Houston in the up-tempo matchup. Then we got Gay. Even though Leonard's back, I think that they're still going to figure out a way to play Rudy Gay with Leonard. They may try to put Gay at the 4 a little bit. Last game he played 26 minutes still. I mean, this guy's just good. He's a scorer. I really, really like Rudy Gay. He's going to be like a really good 6-man off the bench for them. In this up-tempo matchup against Houston, you need about 25 for him to hit value. He's averaging 25 fantasy points a game this season. I really like him. The only thing is we got to kind of see how it, boils down whenever Leonard does get back to minutes, full minutes. But I don't think that's going to be tomorrow, and that's what we're talking about. So I definitely like Rudy Gay. Then we got Chandler. He's starting to, get back to playing minutes solid. He's scoring. He's got at least double digits of 4 straight now. He's getting some rebounds. He's filling up the stat sheet somewhat. In the past 4 games, he's got at least 23 in 3 of the past 4. For him to hit value, you need about 23. So I like him against the Pelicans in an up-tempo game. Now we'll go to power forward. Gotta like AD. You need 55 for him to hit value. That's not something he's really been getting lately. I think Jokic is going to be back, and he probably will be on Cousins, but he's still going to be down there clogging the paint. I like Davis. I think he's a little bit more of a GPP player in my opinion, but he's the top power forward in general on the slate. Ben Simmons, the young guy. He can definitely hit this price tag of 46. He's done it plenty of times. The thing about him is he's just so up and down. But going against the Thunder, I like him in this matchup. It's going to be very fast-paced. He's probably going to get a dose of Russell Westbrook. I don't know how the young guy's going to handle it. But he's solid, though. He's somebody that you could definitely consider probably more in GPP because his price is kind of high. Aldridge, up-tempo game against Houston. He's been playing, minutes, that's for sure. He scored in the basketball. He scored at least 20 in the past 3, and he's got at least 38 fantasy points. He's playing very well right now. And he's averaging 39 fantasy points a game this season. I definitely think he's going to get close to that tomorrow. I actually really like him tomorrow in this matchup, and he's not usually somebody I look at, but tomorrow I definitely think he's in play. Then we got Young. His price is rising, but for good reason. He's been playing very well. I told you guys the other day, last time he played, about him, and I hope you guys played him because, he went off for 53 fantasy points. Young is good. He's a guy that's just consistent. You need for him to hit value about 34. He's averaging 29 and a half. So I like him. I like him a lot. He's consistency is what I look for, especially as a cash game player. One thing I will note too, Detroit, they're coming off they played today, so they're going to be on a back-to-back tomorrow. So I feel like that gives the Pacers a little bit of an advantage. They're going to be a little bit fresher, and I do like Young going against. He's going to be matched up with Tobias Harris, who I think is more of an offensive player. And then we got Ibaka, this dude, against Brooklyn, up-tempo game. His minutes are starting to trend back up a little bit, to the 30s, and he's been playing well. He's scored at least 20 in 3 of the past 4. He's starting to get back to the Ibaka that we know. He's been very consistent. For him to hit value, you need 32. I definitely think he can get there tomorrow against the Nets. One thing, like I was saying about all the Raptors, though, is just kind of be careful with it could be a blowout. But I really like him. You could consider Carmelo against Philadelphia. He's more of a strictly GPP play in my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at power forward. We'll go to center. Cousins. Keep hearing Jokic may be back, so be careful with Cousins. They could kind of be banging. One of them probably gets in foul trouble. That's what I usually say when there's 2 really good big guys going at each other. The minutes, he's been playing massive minutes. That's one thing that you really got to like about Cousins. For him to hit value, you need about 56. In the past 3, he hasn't got 56. Overall for the season, though, he's averaging about 53. I do like him on this slate. For sure, I mean, he's the best center in the league and probably the best center, in general on this slate. But the price is up. You got to figure out where you really want to pay up. And I don't know if it's with Cousins, to be honest. Then a guy this isn't strictly a GPP play, but Vooch is playing very well. For him to hit value, you need 49. It is a steep, something steep to ask from him. But look what he's just been doing. I mean, we'll go back, 6 games, a 58, 37, 63, 55, 65, 49. The guy's just playing well. Going against Portland. Portland's without Nurkic right now. I mean, they say he's questionable tomorrow. I don't think he's going to play. So then Portland's not going to have anybody to guard Vucevic. I like him in this matchup. I think he's going to be very low owned, and he has a chance to help you take down a GPP. And then we got the guy, Mr. Consistent, Adams. Adams, he's playing minutes. The minutes are there. He doesn't do nothing special, but he's consistent. That's what we like. For him to value, we need about 35. He's averaging almost 31 a game this season. Look at it. The lowest I've seen in the past 7 is 28. And if you got me 28 at this price tag, I wouldn't even be super pissed about that. I like Adams. I like him a lot against Philadelphia. They're going to need him on the floor to kind of defend Embiid. So definitely I like him a lot for sure. Then we got Valanciunas against Brooklyn. He's been playing a little bit more minutes. The minutes are trending back up. He scored at least 20 the past 2 as well. He's got 2 double-doubles straight, 41 and 35. At his price tag, you need about 27, 28 for him to hit value. If he's going to play 27 minutes, if you told me that, then I would tell you that he's going to hit value. The only thing is, we do see his minutes dip occasionally, but hey, he's a good play. He's hot right now, and that's how you kind of want. You want players that are playing well right now. They're just going to keep trending up for the most part, especially in a matchup like this one. And the last guy I'm going to talk about is Gortat. His price just doesn't go nowhere. Occasionally goes down. But he's their starting center. They're going to need him to be on the floor to kind of bang with DeAndre Jordan. The guy has, he has tons of upside. He's hit 30, regularly this season. He has a couple 40-point games. And he pretty much just lives in the 20s. And at his price tag, all you need is about 22, 23 for him to hit value. He's averaging 25 a game this season. So I think Gortat, he's just really inexpensive, and I think he gives you a lot of options to pay up elsewhere. So, yeah, I think he's really good center tomorrow option. So, yeah, hey, that's kind of where I'm at for my plays. There was a lot of things to choose from. I'm going to plug in Westbrook. I like him a lot. I'm at shooting guard. Let me see. This one. This was a tough position. There was a lot of guys that I liked. I'm going to come back to this one. We'll go to small forward. Dang, see, it's tricky today. Definitely tricky. Alright, so I like Chandler in the up-tempo game. Especially if Barton's out, then I like Chandler even more. And then we will go. I like Ibaka. Man, this is tough today. I'm going to be honest. Oh, this is tough. Let me see. Center-wise, let me look at my notes real quick. See who I'm liking. Let me see. No, I'm going to have to go. I like Steven Adams a lot. So, boom. What do I have? Got to go back to shooting guard. See, shooting guard is a position I really want to pay up at. I really, really do. But just don't know if I really have the money for it. Let me see. I'll have to go right here. See, I mean, you could do so much with this. You can get, like, there's other, point guards that are up there. I mean, you can go with the Rubio and pay up somewhere. There's a lot of things that you can do with this. More, I mean, he's been playing a lot. I mean, this is just kind of a base. You can even go. I mean, there's a lot of things you could definitely do. Another guy I really that I do like is you could even go Aldridge for 79. He still got 62. So I think I like that one a little bit more. I think this looks really good. Kind of a good starting core. You can do some different things, but definitely, yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at. We'll be back tomorrow with our NBA video. Let's make some money, and I'll talk to you later.